guys, welcome to another episode of Rayvive, and today I'm really excited because I have a very special guest with me. I have the one and only Mohammed Majdi. Yay!
Hi Ramsha, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. She told me about this podcast a while back, and I've been dying to come and talk.
Yes.
So let's do this.
Okay, love that.
Yeah.
So, guys, Majdi is the co-founder of K9 Unit, which is Dubai's first TikTok agency. And I'm really excited to have him on here, and we're going to talk about all things content creation. He's also an influencer. He's also a motivational speaker. He's also one of my best friends. So I'm really, really excited to have him here. So yay, let's
Very
go.
happy to be here too.
So Majdi, first question. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Mohammed Majdi. I've been born and raised in Dubai. Been my whole life over here. You already know I come from a very broke past, which we are going to talk about now. And maybe that's one of the reasons I had to start K9 Unit with my other best friend, who's Fahad, who's was supposed to be with us here, but he couldn't. So, this is literally everything about me.
So tell me about K9 Unit. Like, how did the idea of K9 Unit come about? And like, why did you decide to open up a TikTok agency out of all the things you could have done?
So, firstly, we are the first TikTok content creation agency in the Middle East. And the reason we started this, me and Fahad, is because we found there was a very huge gap in the market.
Yeah.
And we started TikTok, the whole company, when Corona hit, a bit right after Corona.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it was right after Corona. And during that time, TikTok was nothing. Like, if you enter the app, all you would see is kids dancing or just nonsense happening on TikTok. And no one is using the correct potential of TikTok. It's not happening. A lot of people are on TikTok. And if businesses come on TikTok, it will be crazy. So back in the days, Fahad and me, we were just doing we used to do a lot of jobs in the past, side hustles.
And that's how we met, actually.
Yeah, that's how we met. We met in a job too. So we used to do a lot of side hustles, and I used to do a job, and Fahad used to do a job too. So we had one of our other friends, his name is Azhar, who used to have two brands, which is Danube Home and Casa Milano. And since I speak Arabic, and Danube Home is more into the Arabic crowd, and Fahad speaks English, and he can take care of Casa Milano, he was like, why don't you guys just do it? And it was like a side hustle. We were making 3,000 dirham, 1.5 me and 1.5 Fahad, and managed the page, And we kept doing it. He kept doing videos for Casa Milano. I kept doing videos for Danube Home. Suddenly, Fahad got a very viral video in Casa Milano.
Yeah, I remember.
The bathtub video.
Yeah. That went off. That went crazy.
That went really crazy.
Yeah.
And the page got, I think, 60,000 followers. And I got a viral video on Danube Home with a guy who was just talking about a sofa. And it went really, really, really viral, And they started getting sales out of those videos.
Yeah.
And then when me and Fahad sat down, we were like, this is going crazy. There is something going on, And back then there was no TikTok. There was no real estate agents. There was no businesses, nothing. Whatever you see right now was not there on TikTok. So I remember Fahad called me once. He goes like, bro, we need to resign. I'm going to leave my job and you're going to leave your job. I was getting 7,000 dirham or 8,000 dirham, In a company in Port Dubai, I wake up at like 8 in the morning, reach the office at 10 and stuff. And it was a very big decision for us to resign. I prayed istikhara. Whoever doesn't know istikhara, by the way, it's a prayer you do if you don't know what step to take. It really helps you a lot.
It does,
I prayed istikhara, and I remember the next day I went to the office and I was not comfortable sitting in my job, And I had a sale which was about to close with that company, and it didn't end up closing because the guy got sick and his grandmother passed away. And there was like a lot of complications happening with my job, And I realized these were signs from Allah. And I resigned. That same day, I didn't tell them in the office. I just left and I sent an email with my resignation. Because they used to love me a lot, and I used to speak all the languages they needed. And I used to have a lot of meetings, blah, blah, blah. So I knew if I tell them that I'm going to leave, it's going to create a lot of chaos. And it did actually create chaos. And then I resigned, and Fahad resigned. And then we started doing Danube Home and Casa Milano like properly.
Full time,
full time. We wake up in the morning, we learn, we think this, that. And then we had our third client, which was Dokub Pharmacy. It was they have over, I think, 80 pharmacies in UAE.
Wow.
Yeah. So the owner asked Azhar, who's the owner of Casa Milano, and told him, who's doing TikToks for you? And then Azhar goes like, there is this guy Majdi and Fahad. Back then there was no K9, there was no name. So he's like, give me their number. And then he calls us up and we signed up our third client. And then the fourth client was, if you remember, they used to be very big back in the days, now they're nothing. And I'm calling them nothing because we are not chill with them anymore. You can cut that. So anyway, one of our beginning clients was, and also it came through connections. We have not done marketing, we have not done ads. Me and Fahad we were known, but we were not very famous also. So all of our clients kept coming because of word of mouth.
Yeah.
We do good work with number 1, they refer us to number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. I remember when we reached our 7th client, that's when we posted the story that we want to hire our first content creator, and we wanted to hire salespeople. And we hired them in 2021, end of 2021. And we hired 3 content creators. Their names are Andre, Ali, and Humaid. They're my boys. And
they're very cool, by the way.
They're very cool. And we hired salespeople. And I think our first ever salespeople was Natasha, Crisal, and Maliha.
Yeah.
Our first 3, and Carlos. 3 girls, 1 guy. There's a few more, but I forgot their names. Cut that also. So these are the 4 people we hired in the beginning for sales. And when we hired them, that's when everything started changing.
Yeah.
We started getting the 6th client, the 7th client, the 8th client, the 9th client. Then we got a trade license. And then we named the company K9. And then we moved to our first office. And if you remember, I told you we used to charge 1,500. Remember?
Yeah.
With Casa Milano.
Yeah,
Today, we charge 20,000 dirham per month for 15 videos.
Wow.
And we are we worked with over 400 clients. And we currently have over 60 active clients, 50 to 60
That's
active
crazy.
clients.
But also it's because I feel like every client you have, and again, props to you guys for, I would say, hacking the TikTok algorithm, because every video you post goes viral. And I ask you every day, I'm like, how do you do it? Because I want to do it. And you're like, well, you need to hire me. So, but I love that. Like the fact that you guys have, mashallah, like it's
we
crazy.
figured out some ways where we can collaborate with the staff who are working in the business, making the people talk in the videos more. I don't know, using some ways or the other different ways. And currently we have like the sheet, which is like a very secret sheet. And we know what are the videos that can go viral. When we start working with a client, if for the first 10 videos they don't go viral, we take those ideas that we know will go viral, we implement it on them. And then boom, their page goes viral. But that's like the last option. Yeah.
I need to find the sheet.
Hopefully, yeah. One day.
Why name it K9 Unit?
Okay. So when we wanted to start our company, when you go and you want to start a company in Dubai, the first thing they ask you in Dubai economy is give us 3 names. Okay. When you go and start a company in Dubai, they tell you give us 3 names and tell us what is the least favorite one, the middle, and the best one that you want. And they would take these names and check if it's acceptable to have such names in UAE or no. Like you cannot just have any, like I cannot have, for example, Rashid company. Because Rashid is like a very local name.
And
or
you
Maktoum.
can't have the word Gulf either anymore.
Or you can't have the word Gulf. Or you can't have the word Dubai.
Yeah.
There are so many words you can't have. So the words that we were thinking, one of the words was Platform 78.
Yeah.
Platform 78 was our side hustle, we would call it, me and Fahad, where we were creating a show on the go, but it didn't work out. So we wanted to bring back the name, but to our company.
Yeah.
And platform was not allowed either. It was taken by the government.
Okay.
The word platform. You can't have the word platform. The other name we wanted to have was K9. And the reason why we wanted to have K9 is because we have a group on WhatsApp called Dogs. And this group has all our friends where we send job postings on that group.
And you call it Dogs?
We call it Dogs. The reason we call it Dogs is because our mothers, whenever they used to get angry at us at home, in Urdu they go like, Kutta, what are you doing? Blah, blah. Yeah. And in Arabic, our moms say kalb.
Okay.
So, and we wanted to find the most elite form of dogs, which is canines. The police dogs. The most elite form of dogs. And we know that we work like dogs. We wake up in the morning, we run around, we do every type of job possible. We are literally dogs in a human form, the way we work. We work as hard as dogs. Yeah. So we took the word K9 and we added the word unit because unity, we are a unit. And we sent it, and the next day we got an email that K9 unit was accepted to be the official name of your company. And ever since then, our name has been K9 unit.
Wow, guys. K9 unit is a bunch of hardworking dogs.
Yeah,
Love
we
it.
We
You should have that as a tag.
We are. Every time I sit with a meeting with one of our clients as a sales meeting, the first time I'm meeting them, they always ask me this. Why did you name your company K9 Unit?
I think you guys obviously have a really strong client base. You guys work with Sephora, you guys work with Brands for Less, you guys have worked with my old companies, like Better Homes, you guys have worked with Dacha Real Estate. So how have you managed to build this very successful and very big client base and kept it going with the amount of staff that you have?
Okay, so as I told you in the beginning, we have a very, very important formula that me and Fahad always work with. And that's the reason we don't decrease our prices, by the way. So we have a very important formula that we work with, which is always quality over quantity.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the reason we keep our prices fixed. I am 110% sure tomorrow morning, if I tell my salespeople that our prices are now 10,000 or 9,000, I'm going to have over 50 clients walking in. If you go onto our emails, our operations email, we have a lot of clients who would love to join, but they cannot afford the price that we have currently. And the reason we keep it like this is because we want to maintain the quality.
Yeah.
I would rather have one client who's paying me a good amount than have 3 clients who are paying me small amounts, so I can take care of that one client rather than having my care distributed among 3 people, you know? So because of this and because of how we are working, that's the reason when we work with a big client, we give them everything. And you know me, I'm the owner of the company, I'm the CEO of the company, but you will never see me sitting in the office. I'm always running around.
Yeah, that's true.
Sephora, I'm always with Sephora. Like I'm always out in the field shooting with Sephora.
Yeah.
There are people who meet us in the field and they talk to me as if I'm just staff, you know, like you know when you see someone holding a phone and recording or talking,
you're like they're a
you're like, oh, they're
yeah.
nothing. They're just here shooting whatever, and I just go on with the flow. They don't know that I am the CEO of that company, you know. But we don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care at all. We don't care about the image that people tell us, like, oh, why are you like this? Why are you like that? No, we care that the work is supposed to be doing good. Right? Like right now, having this podcast with you, I know Fahad is somewhere in the middle of the desert shooting a video. You know? Yeah, we don't focus on all of these things. And this is the reason why when we work with Sephora, we gave them our everything. And that's how more clients started getting to know us. Tawfiq Redia, the CEO and founder of Brands for Less. Fahad mainly shoots content with him, and then the video goes through editing, and then it goes through quality control, and then it goes through so many procedures before it goes live. The guy has over 2 million followers now in less than 2 years. And that's how Sephora got to know us, by the way. They emailed us because they saw our content on Tawfiq's page. You know? So the reason why we're maintaining, answering your question, the big clients is because we focus so much on quality and we don't focus at all on quantity or money. I'm trying to take the long run to making money, you know? Like I would rather make money after 3 months than make a lot of money right now.
Yeah.
You know? And that's how we focus on it more.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So when it comes to your clients, obviously your content is very diverse. So how do you guys work? Do you guys go to clients and be like, okay, this is our strategy and we have to follow this? Because like you said, there's a formula that you have that you know that works.
Yeah.
Or do you work around with what the brands want? Because obviously there's a lot of brands out there who are okay with doing entertaining content and there are brands out there who want to keep it strictly professional.
Yeah.
But obviously you know what works on TikTok and you know what doesn't.
Yeah.
So how do you go about that?
Okay, so firstly, whenever we have a meeting with a client, we always avoid working with clients who are very stubborn and who have a very, there are clients who would say, no, I just want this type of content and nothing else, which is what 2 chairs and 2 people talking. We'll tell them this doesn't work. It doesn't go viral. If they agree and if they're okay with this, then we're going to tell them, you guys are now working with videographers, not content creators. You can go hire anyone for 3,000 and he will give you those videos. You are hiring us because we have ideas that can make your content go viral. You know, you don't give the materials to the bakery and tell them how to cook the bread. You know, you let them do their own thing. So we always tell the clients, if you're gonna let us do, you guys want to go viral, right? Leave the rest on us. Don't tell us, no, do this or don't do that. Of course, there are boundaries the clients wants to follow. That's okay. We always have a brainstorming session before we start shooting content, and we ask the client how do they want us to go about content, and then we play around it and we create those specific ideas.
Yeah.
While keeping them happy and while we keep our standards of making a video go viral. But if they are too strict with making content, we don't work with them. Or even after 1 month, when we finish the first month and we see that the vibes are off and we feel like this client won't go viral and that they're wasting their money, we go and tell them, we don't want to continue working with you guys. So you keep your money saved because you are just going to waste your money. And after 3 months, what's going to happen? They're going to come and scream and they're going to come put a bad review on Google Map for us and blah, blah. So we try to avoid all of this.
Yeah.
Right now, if you search our name on Google Map, you will not find a single negative review on K9 Unit. But if you go to X agency or double X agency right now, you will find a lot of negative reviews.
I think I think your strategy is to just always be honest, even if you lose the client.
Yes, be honest and never get a client to be sad. You know, there is some instances when we worked with a client. It's a perfume brand. I don't want to mention their name. They're in Abu Dhabi. They're based in Abu Dhabi. And we told them this is exactly how we work. This is everything A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay? The guy wants to go viral, 20%. 80% he wants specific content which is on his head. You know? But we told him, if you want to go viral, we need to do this type of content. We started working with him and we created the content the way he wants it. Even though he said he doesn't care about going viral. And we still had one video that got, I think, around 30,000 views or 40,000 views. And after the first month is over, the guy came to us and told us, why am I not going viral? Why is this client going viral? Why is this client going, why am I not going viral? We told him, we told you this in the meeting. You know, we told you that this, and we have a signed paper that clients sign. And know if this is what you are choosing. And we have group chats where the client says, you know, we have evidence. He goes like, no, that's not what happened. I want my money back, etc., etc. We did a lot of hard work on this client, but he was really frustrated. We refunded him the money. Even though we did a whole 1 month work of content, but we didn't want it to happen where he will go meet someone and be like, oh yeah, K9 did this to me, or even though it's not our fault. But that person would not hear our point of view. They will only hear that guy's point of view. We ended up refunding him the money. We really don't care about the money when it comes to making a client happy. We just want to focus more on quality. And again, we don't want to do something which is haram or we get haram money on our pockets because that's not going to help us on the long run.
And I think in the long run, this is why your word of mouth has spread so wide and so positively, and you have all these clients 100%. Because you guys are really good with your 100%, clients.
100%, yes.
I know you guys have a TikTok niche, but there's a lot of agencies out there. So what is it that sets your business apart from the others? And
I'm going to tell you 3 things that set us apart. The first thing is we currently have the strongest CV in UAE.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, there's no company in UAE that has a better or a stronger CV than us. You know, that's number 1. Number 2, something people might not believe, but we work with honesty and we work with loyalty. These are the very most important things we work with. You know, we make sure the client is happy always. We make sure that, like, if a client just gets sad at anything, we go down on the field ourselves. Everyone in the office, the operations manager, the sales manager, Ada from our operations, Fahad, co-founder, Majdi, everyone goes down on the field to make sure that client is happy. You know, we don't sit behind an office table and say, oh, we got the money, khalas, yalla guys, go work. You already made the money, you know. We never do that at all. Like, this is something which we would never do. That's number 2. And number 3, as I told you in the beginning, we focus a lot on quality of content rather than quantity. And if you are going to be a client of K9, we are literally going to treat you like you're the first client in K9, as if you're number 1. You know, everyone is treated same. And we make sure that you go viral. And we will do whatever it takes to make sure the client is happy. So I think these are some things that set us apart. And again, there is another reasons, like we don't have any bad feedbacks on Google Map. And I myself, I'm the owner of the company, but my whole life is on Instagram. You can see everything. I'm like, I can go and meet you whenever you want, and I come and tell you and know this, that. And we are just very out there. We are very transparent. And we don't hide behind any curtains. And I think this is what sets us apart from other companies.
Even in friendships, you guys don't hide behind curtains. So why do people think that TikTok is not the platform for them, and how have you made it successful for you guys?
I'll tell you. So the people who say that TikTok is not for them is because a lot of people have this misconception that TikTok is for children or for kids. That's the only reason. There is no other reason. So there is a video that I have on my phone right now. I don't know how I should show it to you, but it was a podcast session with a host and 3 of our real estate agents who were having a talk with the host. And one of our clients, his name is Farouk Sayed. He's the CEO of Springfields Properties. This guy has sold a 1.2 million villa on the Palm because of a TikTok that he posted and a kid has seen. Who bought the villa? The kid's father. So the kid was watching TikTok and he was scrolling and he saw that video of Farouk Sayed, and he's just a kid. He went to his father. He's like, Dad, look at this video. It's so nice. Look at this villa. Let's get this villa, blah, blah. The father saw the video. He saw Farouk's page. He called up Farouk. Farouk ended up listing that villa and he ended up selling that villa from that kid. And also, Ramsha, I want to ask you something. Don't you are you on WhatsApp groups where your friends share some TikTok links and they go like, watch this video? A video is always originated through TikTok, but it spreads all over the other social media platforms. You know? So if a person says TikTok is not for me, WhatsApp is for me, Instagram is for me, trust me, the video originates through TikTok, but it goes through all other platforms. You post it on let's say all the audience on TikTok are kids.
Yeah.
Just post the video, it will go to other places.
I agree.
You know, if the video is good, people are gonna copy link share, copy link share, copy link share, copy
Yeah.
link share. Everyone currently sends videos to each other.
But also a lot of people, especially when I work with real estate, they're like, oh, but TikTok is for Gen Zs. And I'm just like, okay, how old do you think Gen Zs are? I'm Gen Z, you're Gen Z.
Yeah.
We're 27, we're 26, we're 29, 8. So why do you think that Gen Zs are not your next target audience?
I don't believe in
They're
this.
literally your next time. Like for real estate, home buyers, they're your next millionaires. They're the next people who are going to buy these things. So I don't understand why Gen Zs are not your target. You're missing out on the next target market if you're not targeting
I don't
these
believe
people.
this at all. TikTok is a platform that is so helpful to give you brand awareness.
So
it's
helpful.
super helpful, yeah.
And do you believe TikTok can help you generate leads, or do you think it takes time to do that?
So again, generating leads, I'll give you an example. You have a big billboard on Sheikh Zayed Road of a company, any company, a restaurant or whatever, and you are passing every day by this billboard while you're going to the office. You are passing, I'm passing, everyone on the road is passing. They see that restaurant and they go like, wow, bro, this is TikTok.
Yeah.
But do I know that Ramsha is going to go and buy from this restaurant? Does the owner of the restaurant who paid for this billboard know that Hyundai Elantra or that Ferrari or that Lamborghini is going to pass by my restaurant and eat?
No.
You don't know this. What you need to do is you need to make sure that billboard is perfect and you need to put it out there for as long as possible.
Yeah.
And that's what we do on TikTok. We make amazing videos. We keep posting it on TikTok. We want the audience to see it. We promise you brand awareness, but I cannot promise you leads.
Leads, yeah.
You know, maybe I can, if I'm working with a restaurant who's selling shawarmas, I'm going to do content for him. But if someone comes and walks in and tastes your shawarma and it's not good, and then everyone gets to know about it, it's not going to generate you leads. So I don't know about all of this, but I know that I'm going to generate you a lot of brand awareness. Sales is something, I believe it's from Allah. It's something which is nasib, it's written. Everyone has their nasib written, but you need to do your work, which is make sure you get your picture out there.
Yeah.
Get your information out there. Get your brand out there. And after that...
And I also think lead generation is a completely different strategy
100%,
as it is,
100%.
So it's a different ball game all in all.
Creating content on TikTok is for brand awareness, not really for lead generation.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so why do you think content is so powerful in today's day and age?
Okay, so content is very powerful because if you are someone who is going to be working 24/7 and spending time with your family, how are people going to get to know anything about you?
Yeah.
How are people going to get to know that, okay, Ramsha is a marketing manager in a very big real estate company and I want to purchase, let's say, a property in JVC, And I don't know anything in UAE about any real estate companies, but I know that my friend Ramsha is a marketing manager in a real estate company, so she can refer me to one of her best real estate agents who's going to take care of me. If Ramsha doesn't post content about her real estate company, how will I know that I can buy an apartment from Ramsha?
Yeah.
And this is the reason why you should always keep creating content, because it's going to help you get your, if I am someone who made this brand, like let's say a bracelet, and I want to sell it, I cannot just go depend on a shop in the middle of Dubai to sell it, If I am going to make a shop in the middle of Dubai to sell this bracelet, I'm just going to depend on walk-ins or cars that are passing by. But if I create content, that means I am targeting a car which is under my shop, a car which is in Sharjah, a car which is in Abu Dhabi, a person who's in the house, a woman who's cooking and watching TikTok, anyone and everyone. You're just not going to depend on someone who's passing by your shop. So that's why I feel like content is very important. Content makes you visible to the community. And without content, I feel like you're just a ghost.
Yeah.
That no one will know anything about. Yeah. It's amazing. It's very much key.
It's today's day.
And it's good for every designation, every business, everything.
I agree.
Whoever you are, content is important for you.
So how have you used your content to become an influencer? Because obviously you have a lot of following on TikTok, especially on Instagram. So how have you used it to become the influencer that you are today?
Okay, so very funny thing. I never chose to become an influencer. It was never in my dreams to become an influencer. I always had a dream to become a big businessman and have that unlimited money glitch.
Yeah.
But I never had a dream that, I want to become influencer. I want to be famous. In fact, I don't really like it right now because you never get your privacy. You don't have a private life. Whatever you go in public, you feel like people are watching you.
Yeah.
Or they know, and you cannot make a single mistake.
And they are watching you though. I mean, I've gone out with you and Fahad several times and people are like, oh, can we have photos with you? And I'm just like, what?
Yeah. It's extremely hard. It's very tough. So I started posting. In the beginning, I was posting Hindi content.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I speak the Indian and the Pakistani language. So I felt like that's something which is very, very unique and it can get views. And my first ever viral video, you were there in that video, by the way. Do you know what video I'm talking about? Shame on you if you don't know.
Wait, no, it was when we were working in City Walk?
No. My first ever viral video on TikTok. You were there.
It's when the mirror thing, right? When you fell on the ground?
No. It was something related to Desi. Something related to the language.
And I'm in the video.
You were in the video, yes. Maybe you were not in the video, but you were there when I was doing that video.
It was like Meri Jaan, like...
Which video? Where were we?
You were in the car.
No. I'll tell you.
Yeah, tell me.
We were in the desert. All of us, and I was doing that poetry.
Oh, no, I shot that video.
Yes. That was my first ever viral video on social media.
Yeah.
It got 190,000 views. Right now it's a small number. Before it was a very big number.
Very big number.
Yeah. It went the poetry was
ek taraf ki
No, it was the other one. Dil se hota hai shuru, remember? That poetry.
गम वक्त सर पे चढ़ा है
अय्यो मेरे सर पे चढ़ गए
कभी खुद से कभी खुदा से कभी जमाने से लड़ा है इतना हुआ बदनाम फिर भी हर जुबां पे चढ़ा
Yeah. So that poetry, I didn't even record that video. You were recording it.
I recorded it.
And then later, when I went back home, I told you to send me the video, and I just posted it on TikTok for fun, and it went viral.
Yeah.
And it went, it went really viral, and people were like, "How are you an Arab and you're speaking the language and you know the poetry?" And blah, 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 you know? So I started creating more content of me talking in the language, singing in the car to Indian music, because I know a lot of Indian music and Desi music. And that's how I started getting views and views and views and views and views. But at some point, I felt like I'm just targeting a very small crowd, which is like the Desi crowd.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go out more to the English crowd and the Arabic crowd. And then I stopped creating Desi content. I started creating English content. And I made a page on TikTok called Majdi Habibi, and I started making content about how I opened K9 and how I bought my Range Rover and this and that. And I started getting a lot of views also. So I felt like I should keep doing motivation talks. And I was very comfortable doing motivation talks because I felt like if I help someone, Allah is going to be happy. It's going to create for me more business. So it was good from all angles, you know, everyone is going to be happy. So I started making motivational content in English. And then from English, I drifted to Arabic, which is ongoing until now. Started creating Arabic content, and out of all the three languages, the most viral videos that I got was through Arabic, and that's why I continued doing it till the end.
Wow.
Yeah, I had one video I was on 150,000 followers on Instagram. Because of one video, I reached to 300,000 followers on Instagram. Because of one video.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and that video is of the Range Rover and the 3-digit plate number.
Wow. Oh, yeah. Congratulations on that, by the way. I know that was like one of your many, many bucket list goals.
Yeah, it was one of my very bucket list goals. But a lot of people say that, Majdi, you spent a lot of money on the 3-digit plate number. But I do it as an investment, and I know it's a very strong investment. I'll say it out. I bought the plate number for 340,000 dirham.
What?
Yeah, that's the price. And currently, the prices of 3-digit plate numbers are 400,000 plus.
So it just appreciates over time.
Yes, you won't find a single 3-digit in the market for less than 400,000 dirham. Mine is for 340. I bought it for 340, and I can sell it today, worst case scenario, for 400,000 to a dealer who's gonna take it and sell it forward. But I can sell it to a customer for minimum 450, 440, 430.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I wanted to have a 3-digit plate number, and at the same time, I knew it was gonna be an amazing investment. And in my other car, the Lexus, I have a plate number called 9627, code M. I bought this plate number for 6,000 dirham. I can send you the transaction receipts, put it on the video. Right now, if you find a single 4-digit plate number in the market for less than 11,000 dirham, I will come and pay you whatever amount you want. So it just appreciates.
I'm gonna research that.
Yeah, so it just appreciates. You will not find a single 4-digit plate number to whoever is watching. If you find a single 4-digit in the market on the Bizzle, Facebook, Instagram for less than 11,000 or 10,000, I will give you whatever you want from this. I'll tell you, I'll give you whatever you want.
Wow.
Yeah, so plate numbers are an amazing investment in UAE because people care a lot about show, you know, and it's also like, so right now my plate number is 978, you know, and the probability of 3 digits ending in UAE is, I think it's already there. You know, there is like 111, 112, 123. You know, there is a specific probability. I think maybe they could be around 30,000 people or 40,000 people in UAE who has 3-digit plate numbers. and no one else can find it unless they get new codes, like how they introduce AA, BB, and when those new codes are getting introduced, the old codes are gonna get even more expensive.
Expensive, yeah.
Yeah, because no one can get them anymore. You cannot just go to Tasjil and buy a car and get them because you're getting the new codes now. So it's an amazing investment, and I'm very happy that I got it. And I feel like, it's one of my best investments and my amazing achievements. And also, it gives you a lot of respect on the road.
Yeah.
You know, I don't get a single car flashing me on the road at
yeah.
all. No one honks at me. Nothing. Because they feel like it's a 3-digit. Oh, it's a big person. I'm very
Yeah.
worried, you know. I cannot deal with him.
But also you worked hard for it. So like
Yeah,
why
alhamdulillah.
shouldn't you enjoy these things for yourself, you know?
Yeah, of course, enjoy it. No problem. I'm enjoying it. I'm happy that I
Yeah.
did. But my main objective of getting that was an investment at the end of
Yeah.
the day. I feel like the only thing which I got, which was very expensive and not an investment, was my Range Rover.
Yeah.
You know, I got the Range Rover last year for 395,000 dirham. And it was one of my dream cars, and I had to get it. But I knew that this is going to be a depreciating asset. And but I had to buy it. It was one of my dreams.
Oh, it's a
And-
nice car, guys.
yeah, and also one of the reasons I bought it is because we deal a lot with clients. We deal a lot with meetings.
Yeah.
And when a client sees that the owner is having such an amazing car, what does that mean? That means he has money. If he has money, that means his company is doing good. His clients are paying him well. So I need to work with him.
Yeah.
So these are the small things which makes it an investment. But at the same time, again, cars are a depreciating asset. And also my car went viral. It got me a lot of views on Instagram
It
and
did.
on social media. So this is, again, another small reasons why it's a good investment. But of course, majority, like 90% of the payment that I made for the car is wrong. And I would never recommend anyone spending a lot of money on a car at all.
You do have fame. It's very obvious you have fame.
Yeah.
And you're doing well with it.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. With this fame, how do you choose friendships and how do you deal with people who try to take advantage of your fame? And also, like, have you stuck with people who were, because fame changes people, right? They're like, my old friends, I don't care or whatever. And they're going out with these new people who are, on the same kind of level as you are now.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with kind of all that?
It's a very difficult sector to speak about. I swear to God.
You can be as fake as you want. It's fine.
No, I'm not going to be fake. I'll be as real as I can, but it's a very, very difficult sector to speak about. And it's something I'm always going to tell people until the day I die. I always meet people in public and they ask me about business and about how we should handle business, etc. I always tell them, don't mix friendship and business. I made that mistake. And it was one of the biggest mistakes that I made in my life. And I wish if I didn't do it, because I have lost a lot of friends in the process. And I wish if I didn't do it, but I would always tell people, don't mix friendship with business whatsoever it is. Like sometimes there is always like a group of friends and there is always that one person or those two people who make it out of the group, and they want to help the rest of the circle. So they would hire them or give them tips and etc. And there is two situations. Either the person you help will be with you till down of the road or will not F you over or whatever, or there is someone else who would just learn and think he can go and do it himself and F you over, take that step from you. And it's very sad and very difficult when people do that second thing. And it happened to me and I wish them the best of luck. But I don't know how do they go back home, lay down in the bed and sleep and think that whatever they're doing right now is because of them.
Yeah.
Like how do you sit with yourself when you're alone, knowing that what you're doing is because you stepped on someone's foot,
hurt them,
or you hurt them, or like I really don't know how they do it. I have helped a lot of people in the past get a lot of. I'm not even talking in K9. In the past, I used to do a lot of side jobs, part-time jobs. Fahad got you a job and got me a job too. Yeah,
he did, yeah.
Yeah. So I get Fahad jobs, he gets me jobs, we get people jobs. If I meet someone in the street and we became friends and I get to know about a job, I let them know in the dogs group, And so there are a lot of people I helped a lot to get a lot of part-time jobs, help them make money. And even after I had the company, I helped those exact same people get a job in my company. So I've helped them from day one, So when someone does something like this, I would strongly recommend don't mix friendship with business, regardless of how close the friend is with you. If they're super close with you, it's very difficult to maintain friendship and business. It's so hard. There's always going to be that sensitivity and it's going to cause a lot of pain. And it's just difficult. And again, back to your question, which is how do I deal with fame and making new friends? For me, the friends that I've had in the past when I was broke are like platinum level for me. I would always be with them even if they ditch me for another people, for love, boyfriends, or anything, I would always be there if they want to come back, because I know these are the people who have been there since day one. They're not fake. But people who try to make friends with me right now, regardless if it's men, gold diggers, girls, or they want to be with you for your money, not because they love you, etc. No, I don't even go one step forward in that conversation. Yeah. If I feel like the person is genuine and they're not with me, or whenever they go out with me, they try to avoid paying the bill. And I'm someone who always pays the bill whenever I'm out with people. But if I sense that you're trying to run away from the bill, then you are fake.
Yeah.
You're a gold digger.
Yeah.
You're here because you know much he's going to pay for the bill.
Yeah.
So these people, I try to avoid them as much as I can and keep it as real as possible. But I have this eye where I can know if that person is with me for me or with me for my money.
That's true. He's always told me when people's intentions are true or not, even if I don't believe him, and he's always been right. So.
Yeah. So I try to avoid them as much as I can.
Cool.
Yeah.
What advice, because obviously it's been a struggle for you to become who you are and where you've been, and it's very inspirational.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to people who are also maybe trying to go down on the same path, whether it's to start their own business or be an influencer or make it big out of a dark place? What advice would you give them?
I have 3 important advices, which are golden advices from me. It's nothing related to business, but I feel like it's super important. I have a belief inside me that those 3 things I'm about to say are the reason they helped me become here. Number 1, which is foremost, the most important thing, always stay close to God, stay close to Allah. Even if you make mistakes, even if you are going out with girls, even if you are doing wrong things, always at the end of the day, go back to Allah. Ask for forgiveness, pray 5 times a day. If your religion is not Islam or if it's anything else, no problem, pray, and I hope God guides you to the right path one day. But stay close to God as much as possible. That's one of the most important things. Always keep praying for success while you're working. You're working hard, no problem. But at the same time, when you go down on the floor, pray, tell Allah, please get me that thing. Allah, let my client tomorrow be successful. Let me buy that car. Let me this, let me that. Trust me, God will help you. And I have a belief that this is one of the reasons I became successful. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
This is number 1. Number 2 is your family, your parents are your top priority. Whatever money you make, half of it goes to the family, even if they don't need it. Between you and God, God is seeing that you're taking care of your family. Your mother, your father, your brother, your sister. You made 1,000 dirham today, 500 dirham has to go to your family. Give it to your family. If you give, you will always get more, 110%, especially when it's with the family. That's number 2. Number 3, if you're in the beginning of your journey towards success, don't fall in love. At all.
Really?
Yes, 0. Never fall in love, never talk to women, be friends, but don't have a girlfriend or get engaged or get married in the beginning of your success journey. No way. If you're a girl, don't fall in love with a guy. If you're a guy, don't fall in love with a girl. Because for one very important reason, I'll tell you this, and I'm sure everyone can agree with me. People who are single might not agree because they haven't faced it, but I'll tell you this. If you are in love and you face a heartbreak, trust me, it's just gonna shatter everything. Today, if it's 11 p.m. right now and you're talking to your girlfriend and you guys go through a breakup and you have a meeting in the morning, that meeting won't happen. Or it won't be successful. I can guarantee you this. You will fall apart, you will collapse, on the way you will cry. A lot of things can happen. So why go through all of this when you can avoid it?
Yeah, but some people thrive after breakups.
No problem. Yes, some people thrive, but from the point that you break up till you thrive, you already lost 100,000 dirham. Or you lost 10 clients in the way.
It's just another distraction that you don't need.
Yeah, you just
unless it's long term.
Yeah, you don't need it. You don't need it unless you are 10,000 million 100% sure that this girl is for you and there's no fights that are gonna happen. Stay with her. But you are never sure. No one knows except Allah, right? No one knows if this girl is gonna be your husband, this girl is gonna be your wife, or that man is gonna be your husband. So why be there? Just avoid it. Avoid it. I have not fallen in love for the past 3 years. I didn't want to do it. Maybe right now, tomorrow, if I go and I fall in love, no one can say anything to me. Because I've worked hard and I'm settled and I'm ready, and no problem. But if you are someone who don't have 10,000 dirham on your bank account, you don't have a company, and you want to become a famous person or a rich person or a successful person, don't fall in love.
Yeah.
There is no need, there is no point. So prayers, your religion, your prayers, your family, and stay out of love. Those are the most 3 important advices I would always give to you, and inshallah you'll become successful.
Inshallah. Right, guys, that's it for me and Majdi. So thank you so much, Majdi.
Thank you for having me.
May God give you more. And I can't wait to see more of K9 Unit and all the work that you do.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure. This is one of my best podcasts so far.
Yes.
I have spoken out of heart. There are a lot of things that I've said. I have never said it in any of my podcasts before.
Good. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah, but Ramsha is a very good person and she deserves all of this. And I'm sure this podcast is going to go places one day.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Right, guys. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys next time for another episode. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.